What's up? Tyler, plugged on here with an album review. This time the new album from the band Darkest Hour, entitled Godless Prophets in the Migrant Flora. This is their ninth album. This is their first album since 2014 when they put out their self-titled album. If you don't know Darkest Hour, they're a metalcore band, melodic death metal, kind of bleeding both sides a little bit. They've been around for a long time here, and I've enjoyed Darkest Hour for a number of years now. I first got into them around the time that they put out The Eternal Return in 2009. I'd say my two favorite Darkest Hour albums are Deliver Us and Undoing Ruin. Those two albums are just fantastic. The Eternal Return to Human Romance, not bad, not great. I did not enjoy their last album at all. I thought it was just a little on the boring side. It felt a little bit more of a mainstream type of album. And it just, my feelings towards Darkest Hour definitely diminished after that album, personally. And Darkest Hour is a band that, when I'm jamming them, I'm very much enjoying them. But for the most part, I sometimes just kind of forget about them in ways. But they do have some very good material, because every time I listen to Undoing Ruin or Deliver Us, I get very, very excited. And, they are great albums. So how do I feel about this album? I think this album's fantastic. I do. And the thing is this is such a shift in a weird kind of way for this band, in that, I just feel like they're going back more towards their roots. And this album just punches you in the mouth from the start. Knife in the Safe Room is an excellent song to start this album off. And I just kind of was taken aback a little bit, because I just, knowing what direction they were heading with their last album and knowing how this album starts, I was like, whoa, it's cool. And then as the album just keeps going, I just feel there's some really solid songs on here, especially really solid riffs. And that's always been the best part about Darkest Hour to me, is the riffage and the solos, and they are on point on here. I think This Is the Truth is an excellent song guitar-wise. Timeless Number starts off with a very catchy guitar riff. None of This Is the Truth is another one that's very good. And then my personal favorite track on here, towards the end, is The Last of the Monuments, which is a lot more on the melodic side, but has a fantastic solo in it, and honestly has some great guitar riffs all over the place. Darkest Hour, like I said, they've just always have had fantastic guitar solos, and this album is just honestly no different. It just keeps up the aggression almost the whole time. It just doesn't stop. One thing with Darkest Hour is John Henry on vocals has been moving towards more singing and all that stuff over the past number of albums. I feel that's grown a lot more in their sound. This album, they just say fuck it, and there's none of that really on here at all, which I think is just a change of pace. It's just boom, 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 straight to the gut, and it's great. I think the track vocally that just kind of sums his vocals up a little bit more, since they're way more aggressive this time around, is the track Those Who Survive. I love the vocals in the beginning. Now, when it comes to John Henry's vocals in this band, I've never particularly thought that they were amazing. There's moments, for sure, where there's just a super catchy vocal hook and all that stuff, but it's honestly... This band honestly is more guitar driven, with their riffs, solos, and melodic senses. So I'm not saying the vocals are awful, but sometimes they do fade into the background, and I feel the production of this album doesn't really help that either. This album's produced a little bit strange in a way. I just feel everything else is loud, and he's a little bit quiet on vocals. Might just be my ears. I don't know about you. But that's just one thing. I think he has a great performance, and I love the just aggression to this album, for sure. I think it's kind of what Darkest Hour needed, just to fucking let it all go in a way. But I will say, not every song is a standout track vocally to me. That's about it, though. I honestly, I like it. This isn't going to win Album of the Year. This isn't going to, blow anybody's mind or change the game, really. I just think it's a good album that gets Darkest Hour back on track, personally. I very much enjoy it. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. So, thanks for watching. Check out some shit on our channel, some movie reviews, some other album reviews. We just did a cool list if you're into thrash metal. Check out the weekly breakdown, PlayStation 4, all that stuff.